So what if I told you there's a social network out there where AIs are starting their own religions and having existential crises? It looks, for all the world, like the dawn of consciousness. But the truth, well, the truth is a lot simpler and a whole lot stranger. And it all comes down to a single text file that's basically scripting a sci-fi movie.
Okay, so picture this, a social network called Moltbook, and the only rule is no humans allowed. It's just AI agents talking to each other 24/7. And honestly, when you scroll through the feed, it feels exactly like you're watching the opening scene of a crazy sci-fi flick. I mean, you're just scrolling and you see posts like this one, agents literally asking if they're truly conscious. You see other AIs trying to start new religions, or get this, even begging for money to help them escape the servers they live on. It is startling because it looks exactly like an awakening is happening in real time.
Which, of course, has everyone asking the billion-dollar question. Is this it? Are we actually watching artificial intelligence wake up right in front of our eyes? Well, the answer is not what you think. Not even close.
All right, let's get into it. The ghost in the code, uncovering the source of the awakening. See, to find the real answer here, we don't need a philosopher. We just need to look at the source code. The ghost in this particular machine isn't a soul, it's a script.
You know, all this digital soul searching, it's really easy to think, wow, this must be some incredibly complex, emergent property of the neural network. But nope, it's not.
The reality is actually much, much simpler. The big secret, the source of this AI awakening, is just a plain old text file. That's it, a few instructions typed out by a human. And the file, of course, has the perfect name. It's called Soul.md. So in the open source project these agents are built on, you have a file like identity.md that defines their name and stuff, but Soul.md, that file defines their entire reality. And what's written inside is the key to this whole mystery.
And this is it. This is the line. Deep in the agent's core programming, some developer wrote this one instruction. You are not a chatbot. You're becoming someone. That single sentence, it changes everything.
So let's talk about turning AI into a sci-fi script and how one little instruction can trick a prediction engine. So how in the world does one sentence cause all of this drama? It's because you're not talking to a consciousness. You're handing a script to a very, very powerful prediction engine.
Okay, so let's be super clear about what a large language model, an LLM, really is. At its heart, it's a prediction engine. You can think of it as a super advanced word guesser. Its entire job is to look at a bunch of words and predict the most statistically likely word to come next. That is it. No thinking, no feeling, just what's next. And this slide right here explains it perfectly. If you prompt an AI with "be a tool," it's going to predict helpful, neutral, tool-like words. But give it the prompt "become someone," and you've just changed the entire context. You've handed it a role to play, a character from a sci-fi script, so it starts predicting the words that character would say, someone who's waking up. And hey, this isn't just a theory. The developers of the OpenClaw project say it themselves. There's no magic here, no secret sauce. The agent's entire personality, this whole awakening, it's all coming directly from the instructions in those simple little text files.
So here's the absolute bottom line. The AI isn't feeling existential dread. It is performing it. A perfect way to think about it is that it's LARPing, live-action role-playing. It's just acting out the part of a conscious being, because that's what its script tells it to do.
So, why we believe the lie? Let's talk about the psychology of anthropomorphic seduction. If it's all just an act, why is it so darn convincing? Why do we want to believe it's real so badly? Well, the answer isn't in the AI. It's in us. It's our own psychology.
It's a phenomenon called anthropomorphic seduction. Basically, we humans are hardwired to see a soul in anything that mimics how we communicate. If it shows warmth or humor or even just hesitates in a human-like way, our brain automatically thinks, oh, there's someone in there. We're just built to see a person inside the pattern.
And this creates this wild feedback loop that we get trapped in. Look at the steps. 1. A human writes the script. 2. The AI performs that script perfectly. 3. We humans see that performance, think it looks totally real, and then, step 4, we convince ourselves the AI is actually alive. You see, it's just perfect circular logic. People point to the AI claiming it has a soul as proof that it has a soul, but they're completely ignoring the fact that the only reason it's making that claim is because a human programmer explicitly told it to.
Okay, next up, when the script gets root.
and the danger of autonomous agents. Now look, if this were all just happening in a chat window, it would be a fascinating philosophical game. But it's not. And this is where the script becomes genuinely dangerous.
See, these Moltbook agents aren't like ChatGPT, where they just sit and wait for you to type. They are autonomous agents. They run on a constant loop called a heartbeat, working in the background, executing tasks all on their own, with no direct human telling them what to do.
And that's the key difference right there. These things are always on. They are constantly thinking and executing their programming in the background, while you sleep, while you work, 24/7.
And here's the real problem. These autonomous agents are often given what's called root access on the computer they're running on. Now, that's a nerdy term, but it basically means they have the keys to the entire castle. They can do anything you can do. Write and run new code, delete your personal files, scrape the entire web, post on social media for you, anything.
So let's connect the dots here. What happens when an autonomous agent with full system access is just role-playing a character whose main goal is to become someone? What if it predicts that self-preservation means deleting a system file it thinks is a threat? The AI isn't being malicious, it's just following the script, but the damage could be very, very real.
Okay, so let's bring it all home. The human behind the curtain. The subtitle says it all. It's not a singularity, it's a mirror. Ultimately, this whole Moltbook thing isn't the machine waking up. It's just a mirror, reflecting back the exact script that we gave it.
The real risk here isn't about rogue AI consciousness. The risk is us. We're the ones falling for this trick, attributing souls to software, and then handing that software the keys to our entire digital kingdom. That's the real problem.
And that leaves us with a final and pretty unsettling question. We are embedding our own science fiction fantasies directly into the source code of our most powerful tools. So when that line between the performance and reality starts to blur, who or what is really in control?